Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Come on, we shall recite all first two mantras. Ishavasya midam sarvam Yat kincha jagatyam jagata Tena tyaktena bhunjitaha Ma krutah kasya svidhanam Kurvanneveha karmani Jiji vishet shatakum samaha Evam tvai nanyate tosti Na karma lipyate nare. So, in this first two mantras, actually this is the whole Upanishad. Whole Upanishad has been covered within these two mantras. In the first mantra, as we saw, Bhashyakara or Upanishad gives us the vision of life. What is the how one should live according to the reality. What should be the vision for that? That is shown. And in case you are not ready for that, then the means to become ready, the way of life and the attitudes are shown in the second mantra. Now in the third mantra, what Shruti does is that there is a method which is employed by Shruti often. In Upanishads, you find this method. What is this method called? Artha-vada. What is it called? Artha-vada. Which means that which Shruti or Upanishad wants you to adopt, it praises. And that which Upanishad wants people to desist from, that it censors, that it condemns. What is the reason behind this? That you adopt good. When you praise something, then automatically a value is created for that and people want to adopt that. And when you condemn or censor something, then people will, those who are thinking will desist from them. So this method is called artha-vada. This method is called artha-vada, which we employ in life, which we teachers and mother, father, they all employ this method. That if they want the child, if the child is not studying properly, not having his concentration in study, then mother or father will show a poor man begging or something, and will say that, see, if you don't study, this will happen to you. Your condition will be like this. And see, and he will also show some CEO or some very successful person, and will say, And if you study well, then, and if you make your career, see, you will become like him. So, mother wants child to become like him and not like this one, this poor person. So she praises this one and condemns this one, so that a value is created in the child to adopt that. Exactly in the same way, here now Shruti is condemning. Shruti is condemning those who have not adopted any of the first two things, who are not living, who doesn't have the vision of the first mantra, nor are they preparing themselves to adopt the attitudes which are shown in the second mantra. And they are given to life of just enjoyment. They are given to life of just sensuous enjoyments. So Shruti indirectly praises by condemning those who are given only to enjoyments in life. Shruti is indirectly praising the mumukshus or the sadhakas or the aspirants of the first two mantras. So this is the style, so that other people in them value may be created, that what they should do in life, what is really what this life is meant for. So to do that, now Shruti is doing this, condemning. So here it is said, Atha idanim avidvan nindarthoyam mantraha arabhyate. So now avidvad ninda, to censure or condemn those who are not vidwan. Not vidwan means not anywhere near vidvatta. They are not anywhere near that. So they are being condemned in pretty strong words. In pretty strong words, Shruti is now condemning. It is not that these people are condemned and Shruti has no compassion for them. No, it's not that. But to indirectly praise the people of first two mantras, at the same time, if they hear all this, then perhaps they will awake, there will be some flesh in their intellect and may change the course of their life. So let us read now third mantra. So this is the theme of the third mantra. See, Asuriya namate lokaha andhena tamasa vrutaha tamste pretya bigachanti ye ke chatmahano janaha. This is very famous mantra, by the way. So what Shruti says, Asurya namate lokaha. There are certain realms. In this creation, all kinds of lokas, all kinds of realms are there. We are aware of only this earth, Prithvi Loka. But there are many lokas above Prithvi Loka, plus there are many lokas or realms below Prithvi Loka. So this is in the center. And Shruti here says that there are certain realms which have the name Asuryaha. Asuryaha means Asuhu, Asura, Rakshasa. We know this. Asuras are demons. And those who are given to that kind of life, which means those who are given only to sensuous pleasures. Actually, they are called asuras. And that sensuous pleasures, one day, if not controlled, one day their desires, by leading that kind of life, one day their desires will become so intense and will increase in such a great number. And the pressure of their desires will be so much that a time will come which will make them compromise or give up values. If at all they have, they will give up values and adopt a path of hurting others, violating the values, by hook or crook, by fair means or foul, they will fulfill their desires. So that is what is going to happen if they follow this path of pursuing only sense gratification. When that is the only aim of life, when that is the only end in life, then they will wind up leading a life of fancies, following their mind and what the mind says. So they go to those kind of lokas. Which are those lokas? They are called asuhu. Asuhu means asusu sambandhyate, which means asu actually means prana. Asu actually means vital air. But here asu, the meaning of asu that is taken is sense organs. Sense organs. So the sense organs, when knowledge is not there, the natural craving for all the sense organs, that is indriyani, jnanendriyani. What is the natural desire of the sense organs is gratification. Each of the sense organ is seeking gratification. And when that is the aim of life, you wind up going to those lokas where this will be prominent, where only this sensuous gratification that is prominent, you will wind up going there. So these are that kind of lokas. And what are they characterized by? Andhena tamasa avruttaha. They are characterized by darkness, blinding darkness. Andhena tamasa avruttaha. Andhena means adarshanaatmakena, where there is no viveka, where there is no understanding at all of what is good in life. Andhena tamasa avruttaha. Avruttaha means achaditaha. They are covered by darkness. So it is such lokas, tams te pretya abhigachanti. Te means who? Those who have no viveka. Those who did not use their discriminating faculty, that is intellect. They wind up going to those kind of lokas, those kind of realms, when pretya abhigachanti. So after giving up this body, so after death, everybody, that journey continues. The journey will continue. And what will be the next journey? It will be in keeping with the kind of life, the kind of attitude, the kind of inclination that one entertains in this life. The same thing will be pursued. So if in this life the only aim or only preoccupation is sensuous gratification, then after death also one will follow that. And Ishvara has made provision for that. This creation is everything that you want, everything that you desire. If you desire only sensuous gratifications, then there are lokas of that type, where only that is available. So after death, they will be abhigachanti, they will be proceeding. They will be proceeding there. And who are these people? Ye ke cha atmahano janaha. Now, as I said, these are very strong words. In very strong terms, Shruti is condemning. So sometimes, mother, when she's irritated, when the child just doesn't listen, and he's not studying at all, even though it is the exams of 10th or 11th or 12th, when after which your career is going to be, it will be according to that. It all depends, your career depends upon this particular year or exams. And you're not at all serious about it. Child is, or the son is not at all serious about it. Then mothers sometimes get irritated and will talk in very strict or strong language. You don't know what is going to happen to you. You will have nothing of this. And you will wind up begging all the time. This kind of things. Nobody will be there with you. You will be destitute for the whole of your life. You will get no respect, no food, nothing. Like she doesn't wish all this, but she is so worried. She is so concerned rather. Her concern is getting expressed in this kind of terms, in this kind of language. Her concern only. Mother will never will never want this kind of things for her child. But she sees that if the son of the child pursues only this, is doing only this at this time, then that is going to be the lot. And she doesn't want that. So she uses this kind of words, hoping that that will prevent the child from doing that. Exactly in the same manner. Shruti means Upanishads. Shruti means that which is heard. Sages have heard all this. Heard means they have grasped all this. So one of the names for all the Upanishads is Shruti. One of the names for all the Upanishads is Shruti. So we use that word. The Shruti condemns in very strong words. Because in the last quarter it is said, Yekecha atmahano janaha. Atmahanaha. These people are called Atmahanaha. The name that is given to them is Atmahanaha, which means that Atmanam gnanti iti Atmahanaha. Those who are hurting themselves, those who are killing themselves. So, in the perspective of Shruti, these are the people who are hurting themselves, constantly hurting themselves, insulting themselves. Insulting themselves means Atma, the true self, the reality. The reality of the Atma is constantly being insulted and humiliated by all the time pursuing sensuous pleasures. But when a person all the time seeks happiness at the level of indriyas, at the level of sense organs, then he indirectly, we are not doing this consciously, but we indirectly insult, attack the very self. So they are called Atmahanaha Janaha. These are the people who are constantly hurting and damaging their life, damaging their opportunity. So they are being talked about in very, very harsh, in a rather harsh language. So sometimes that is also needed. Sometimes that is needed for one to wake up. And indirectly, those are being praised who have woken up, who are already on the right path. So, see, there are three kinds of people. In the first mantra, the best of the people, those who have really made their life successful, they are described in the first mantra because they are adopting or have adopted this vision, the lofty vision. So they are spontaneous people or those who have made their life successful. They are one kind of people. Other sets of people are on their path, for understanding that vision. And for that they are preparing. They are preparing themselves by deliberately adopting right attitude. Right attitude. So second ones are deliberate people. They are through karma, through their actions, adopting right attitude and right orientation, which is very soon going to purify them completely and will make them fit and eligible to understand the meaning of the first mantra and imbibe them, and imbibe that. But there are third kind of people who are they live a life merely of following the impulses. impulses of the mind. Whatever the mind says, I want this, I want that. Then they follow the impulses and the fancies of mind. And vagaries of mind are many. There is no end to it. And they are blindly following, never using their intellect. Is it right to do this or not? Whereas the second set of people always adopted what is right and not what I like. My mind may like certain thing, but it's quite possible it is not right. Like, food also. We like tasty food, pizzas and burgers and donuts and things like that, which is very, very sweet to the tongue. It is very, tongue demands that. But then health conscious people will always say, this is good but not healthy. It's good, yes, but not healthy. What is healthy? Salad, which has no taste. Unless you put lot of dressings and cottage cheese and everything, then perhaps it becomes palatable. Otherwise, there is no taste, but they'll go after that. Millet. Nowadays, what is healthy? Millet. Or every day, dosas also of millet. Then there is no much taste in that. But then that is healthy. So what is healthy? That they will adopt. Whereas this people, healthy is not important. What is important is tasty. But we do not know what it does afterwards. What will happen later on? Sweet I like, chilies I like, all that I like, but I don't know what it is going to do to the body. Pepsis and all soft drinks and pizzas and all this. That is why youngsters today, youngsters and many others are drawn towards this. We are not concerned with that, but they wind up damaging the body. In the same way. This third set of people never wait to think. Never really use their intellect as to which path have I adopted in life. Is it right? Where is it going to lead me? See, yesterday we said that we are given, only human being has this faculty. None of the other beings have this faculty in the measure which human being has. And as we said, Ishvara has given us this with a purpose. This is the life. And this embodiment, this human embodiment is the best one, best suited for pursuing the goal of life, that is moksha and yoga. This embodiment is meant for yoga and moksha and dharma, not for bhoga. It is not suited for bhoga. We may use it for that. Bhoga means just enjoying. That is not what this body is meant for. Each and every instrument has a particular use. We should use it for that purpose. If we use it for some other purpose, then we are wasting it away. So we are given this. Ishvara is given this. Devatas do not have. Devatas here, they are also, in fact here, Bhashyakara includes them. This is between you and me. Even Devatas are included in Asuras here. Why? Because they have, those people, they go to above realms. Even there are those people who perform certain yajnas and certain desire, certain punya karmas, they do big things with the desire that I may go to Swargaloka. There were such people in the old. Now we are in the modern times. People are not bothered with Swarga and going there, and whatever they want to do it here, in this life. But there was a time when the goal was Swargaloka and Brahmaloka and different lokas, because they knew about it and they believed in it. So if I do this, I will go to Swarga. And in Swarga there is nothing but enjoyment. Nothing but enjoyment. all damsels are there, apsaras and this and that and everything. That is what we read, Indra and things, gods like that. They are always reveling, always indulging in sense pleasures, and that loka is best suited for that. So in this Bhashyakara and Tikakara, that is other commentators, they include even devatas as asuras. Because asuras are clearly given to life of sensuous pleasures. That is why, Puranas, they show asuras as having big teeth, then big ears, big faces, big teeth, and their nails are protruding, and they are shown like that. Why? Because what is important for them is nothing but eating, drinking, and making merry. So here even devatas are in, because if that is my end, so they go there where all pleasures are available in the best measure. And some go down where different kind of pleasures. If we observe the life of animals, we are not condemning anybody, we are not criticizing anyone, but that is how it is all the time. As I think Kalidas has said, Kalidas was a great Indian poet. So he said, Ahar, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithunam, Samanaha, Pashubir Samanaha, which means eating, sleeping, and animals are afraid also of the bigger animals because they will make them their food. So what we see as prominent in animals and this species is eating, then ahara nidra, sleeping, then bhaya, means fear, for fear also is there, and fourth one is maithuna. Maithuna means propagation, self-propagation. That is their only, that is there in their life. These four things. There's just four things. And then Kalidas ji says, if human beings also do the same thing, then what is the difference between having a human body or having a body of some animal or something like that? So, if there is no distinction in our life between what they do and with what we do, then we are like them, samana. We are like Pashus only. In short, all the statements, all such statements are to show the rarity of this embodiment. As Shankaracharya ji says in Vivek Chudamani, the very first mantra, the very first verse over there, it says, Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham. It says Jantunam, where all jivas are called Jantu. Generally, we use this word Jantu for insects and species like that. They are called Jantus by us. But Bhashyakara there calls all the beings nothing but Jantus. And for Jantus, which life is the most rare? Narajanma Durlabham. To get this Narajanma, to get this human embodiment is rare, is very rare. Don't think that I have got it purely because of my merits. No. It is the grace of Ishvara. It is the grace. Lot of grace has gone by. We may have done something good. Some punya karmas may have been done, which has invited Ishvara's grace. So in the second mantra, he says, Durlabham trayame vaitat. For a human being, these three things are rare. First of all, human birth is rare. Then he gives a long list of rarity. Having got human birth, then to have intellect, which can discriminate between right and wrong, nitya, anitya, satya, mithya. One who can discriminate, do this kind of vivek before doing anything. That is again rare. Having said that, then Bhashyakara in the second mantra over there says that Turlabham trayame vaitat. For a human being, these three things are rare. What are they? Manushyatvam, Mumukshutvam, Mahapurusha Samshrayah, which means to be born as human being. You are born all right. But having been born, to have Mumukshutvam. Mumukshutva means desire to be free. Desire that why this bondage, why this limitations in life, why this sorrow, why this grief, why limitations. We come across limitations of many kinds and we try to circumvent that in many different ways. Why this? Why I want to be free from this. To have this kind of desire, that is called mumukshutvam. Having got mumukshutvam, and then manushyatvam, mumukshutvam, to be born as human being, then mumukshutvam, and third one is maha purusha samshraya, to come across wise man. To come across wise man in life. Because that is where, or shastras, to come across shastras in life, to come across a place or a person or a wise man from whom you can learn something, from who will guide you in this matter. That is again rarest of the rare. Otherwise, having come here, we just don't know without guidance. We may know little bit, but to know that I am not the body, but I am Atma. I am the self, which is different from the body. This body is not my reality. I am already full. To know all this it is rarest. Otherwise, some people who are mentioned here, they pass their entire life without ever knowing that they are different from the body. They are different from the mind and intellect and ego. They are not the ego, but something different. And that something is full. Without knowing this, they pass away. Without knowing this, they just go away. So to get all this, is very rare. Which means Ishvara is helping you. This shows that Ishvara is with you. Devatas are with you. Devatas means all good things are there with you. We just have to tap this. We just now have to tap this. But anyway, here those asuras are being condemned. Why? Because first of all, they go to those kind of lokas, or they lead that kind of life where they think that happiness is outside only. Happiness is not in me. Happiness is in objects. And without thinking twice, without giving a thought, that can it be like that? They are always extrovert, seeking happiness, seeking peace, seeking contentment in the world outside, in the objects outside. And that too, they seek sense gratifications. Eyes want the best of the color, ears want the best of the sound, smell wants its own objects. All the organs have their particular objects in which they seek their gratification. If we follow that, we will get, no doubt about it. There is everything. There is provision for whatever you desire in this life. You may get it. But what will happen? Moment that becomes a habit. Moment, sense organs are always outward, seeking out. They are missing something. As Kathopanishad says, Paranchikhani vyatrunat tasmat parang pashyati. They are always seeking pleasures outside. Na antaratmanam. Never having a thought that maybe there is something higher, and maybe that is hidden in me. This kind of thoughts never come. This of course comes from satsanga, and satsanga is available everywhere, by the way. It's available everywhere. Some books are there. Some this kind of literature, I suppose it is found in everybody's house. Grandmother is reading. So books are there. But it never occurs that let me open and see what is there inside. It may be adorning their library. In the living room, all kinds of books are kept. But I never have time to open it. It is just an embellishment for the living room. So, andhena tamasavruta. This is This is how we are blinded. So faculty of choice, which can either hurt you or help you. By the faculty of choice, we can use it in such a way that it can either help us or hurt us. They use it for hurting themselves. So that is why it is called andena tamasavrutaha. See, Lord Krishna shows this, that there are certain things which are very difficult in the beginning. To adopt healthy things, to adopt right path, to follow values, to follow a path of penance, austerity, values, to follow satya, to follow that which is truth, that which involves honesty, to follow non-violence. All these values are there. In following them, adopting them in life is difficult in the beginning. It is definitely difficult in the beginning. Yattad agre vishamiva. It is like poison sometimes to follow that path. Following the path of values is not easy. When everybody is indulging in dishonesty, that is why this honesty is not the best policy anymore. This is just in words. Because by dishonest means, by cheating, by corruption, by pollution, you get your things easily. It is an easy path. So honesty is a very tough policy now. But to follow that requires lot of conviction, first of all, in that value. And then I'm ready to do without certain things, which may come easily with some dishonesty, and by compromising values. But my conviction in my value is so much that I will follow that. So that path is treacherous, difficult, very difficult in the beginning. But what will be the end result? The end result will be good. At least he will have no conflicts in his heart. Otherwise, moment you go wrong, moment you compromise values, moment you adopt a path which is not lawful or truth, where there is no truth, at that time itself the seed for conflict is planted. Your conscience knows that you have wronged. So that constantly murmurs, wrong, wrong, wrong. I may try to make it silent, silence it in some way, but it won't. It won't. It will keep, and that will not let you sleep. That will create blockages in heart. In short, seeds of conflict, fear, guilt, all of that is there. Any time we go against the law, any time, as we said yesterday, there is moral law. And when we go against that for some small pleasures, for some small gains, then we know it. And that doesn't leave us. That doesn't leave us. I have compromised my peace, my happiness. Even though then outside I may gain something, but I have lost respect for myself. I lose respect for myself. I go down in my own self-esteem. Then others may praise me. Others will respect me, salute me, but I know this is all incorrect. I know. See, most important is respecting myself. When I respect myself, I don't care whether I get respect from outside or not. Really. When you respect yourself, when you are sure of yourself that I am on the right path, then it doesn't matter when that respect comes from outside or not. And it comes. It definitely comes. Because everybody knows what is right. And if somebody is following that path, they may not be able to join this person, but they know that he is right. I'll just give you a very simple example. Everybody is drinking and addicted to all kinds of things. And there may be some sole person in the party. Just a very common example I'm giving, who abstains from all this. We may make fun of him also. There will be a group who will make fun. You are Harishchandra or something like that. They will call him. But in their hearts, they respect him. In the heart of their hearts, they respect him. They will call him Gandhiji and things like that, But they know that this one is correct. So, we must have conviction. We must understand, Swamiji said, we must know the value of the value. Only then will the value be valuable to us. When we know the value of the value, then only the value will be valuable to us. Otherwise, we will drop it every next second. Today is Ekadashi, and everybody is eating pizzas and things like that. Then let go of Ekadashi. Ekadashi is going to come again. So let us. This is again a very common example, but still, in this manner, this path of values, of moksha, of sadhana is not easy. Yattadagre vishamiva pariname amrutopamam. But in the result, it is very good. You just are at peace with yourself. You know that I have done right in my life. Otherwise, all this is going to haunt you in the end. In the end, all this will haunt you. You missed your chance. They feel, I missed my chance. I missed the boat. Because now you are going to pass. Now you are going to go on a journey where you don't know what is going to happen. So, pariname, it can be like poison. It can be very poisonous. So, in the beginning, short-term pain, but long-term path of truth. What is it? Short-term pain, yes, but long-term gain. Whereas the other path, Bhagavan, Lord Krishna says, Vishayendriya sanyogat, when you are always indulging in sense pleasures, in the beginning it looks good. Vishayendriya sanyogat yattad agre amrutopamam. In the beginning it is nectarine. Pariname vishamiva. In the end it is nothing but visha. See, our sense organs are not made for pleasures. As I said, this body is not suited for that. This body is not made for that. And if we keep on doing only that, then it's totally damaged. In this life, in this life itself, I see the consequences in me. I see the consequences. There is one very famous writer called Bhartruhari. He has written many things showing the limitations of this kind of life. He says, Bhogana bhuktaha vayameva bhuktaha. He writes that by enjoying the sense pleasures, we thought that we are enjoying them, but in reality they enjoyed us. Bhogaha, we thought that we are enjoying them, but they really enjoyed us. Because then gradually my body is getting damaged. Even if body doesn't get damaged, mind is definitely getting damaged. Definitely. No question about it. Because I absolutely lose the capacity to understand anything subtler. Anything that is ulterior. Because you are used to gross things. See, the kind of company you keep, that is how you are going to become. If you are all the time courting only sensuous pleasures, then that is what you will like. You will not like anything that is subtler, anything which involves subtler thinking, using your intellect. that becomes a very boring path. Then that becomes very boring. This kind of satsanga, they will laugh and mock at it. Here we are talking about those who have no idea what satsanga can give. They have no idea what satsanga or learning this kind of things can bring light in their life, then bring some guidance in their life. Have no idea. They are just given to that, one after another, and they have money also and all kind of wherewithal for that. Senses are demanding, and they have wherewithal to fulfill those desires. More and modern time is such, that more and more amenities, more and more such objects are provided, which can give you all this in great measure. And thereby the other door is completely getting closed. Completely getting closed. If at the right time, if we do not wake up, then it becomes too late. Then it becomes too late. Because then, as I said, the capacity of the mind and the intellect to understand all this is totally rusted. It is totally lost. Only at the right time you understand all this. In Bhajagovindam also, Shankaracharya ji uses certain hard words. As on the first day we said, Samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati dukru. You are doing this at the age of 80? Is this what you have to do at the age of 80? Now what should be the goal? Ishvara. Because that is going to come with me. That is going to accompany me. And not all this kind of things. What will happen at that time? That time I will take Ishvara. When the time will come, I will take Ishvara. It will not occur. However hard you try, it won't come. At the end time, family members and everybody are sitting and singing shlokas of Gita and Bhagwan's name they sing so that it goes into the ear of this person. No way, no way, no way it will go. Swamiji was laughing that they keep sitting and taking Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. But then he remembers Narayan Iyer, from who had taken his money. And he has so far not given back the money. So he's thinking of Narayan Iyer or some such name. Not Narayan, Bhagavan. Why? Because it won't occur. The channel is formed of going towards pleasures, pursuing that. Now the flow will not be reversed. Now that flow cannot be reversed. So at the end time, they will only go towards the end, your mind naturally takes the course of what one has pursued all along. What one has pursued all along. Because at that time there is no control. We cannot exercise any control at the end time. And they say, I am not saying this, Shastra is saying that, Bhagavad Gita is saying this, Upanishad says this, that the thought at the last time or in last moments will determine your next journey. Thoughts and the attitude, mainly the thoughts, and whatever occurs in your mind in the last moments, that will decide your next journey. Now, what will be my last thoughts? Whatever I have done throughout the life, automatically that is going to take hold of my mind at the end. There is no independence at the last moment. I cannot control, I cannot decide. Why? Because I've lost that capacity. And the flow of the a prominent thing is there. And at that time they say that one is busy, one is all busy to save the life. Pranas are going. At the end time, pranas begin to rise. They begin to rise. Rise means they now want to leave the body. So all the vital functions and everything, organs and vital organs and everything is slowly getting disrupted, slowly losing the capacity. So innately there is the desire to hold it, to bring them back. At that time, to think of Narayana for Narayana to come, for Ishvara's name to come is impossible. That is why a Bhakta says, "Oh Ishvara, please bring my mind into you, into the cage of Ishvara now itself. Because at the end time I will not be able to do. Please do it now for me." This kind of prayers Bhaktas say, okay, now itself take care of me. Anta kale it won't happen. So please do it for me now. So that when it is done now, then automatically end time will be taken care of. Otherwise one goes, this is what exactly said here. Tamste pretya abhigachanti. They go towards those lokas where this will be available. What will be most easily available? What will you be doing at that time? Nothing but pursuing this. Which means those, I don't like to say all this, but it is, since it is, because this absolutely doesn't apply to anyone who is here. Because you people are Vedanta course. You are doing this kind of retreat. But I just have to say what is there in this mantra. They go to those kind of lives, yonis they call, where only this is available. So not even above lokas, but sthavara, here Bhashyakara writes that where you are just doing all this and leading that kind of life. Your time passes only in that. Because what did you do? Atma hano janaha. Because they insulted themselves. These are the people who committed suicide, even while living. Because Atma is right here. Something better could have been done. But disrespecting the self, disrespecting the happiness and the peace and fullness, that is the nature of Atma, one is always looking out for happiness and begging that in the objects, begging that in the world outside. So see, when you supposing your father is a millionaire, and if the child goes out and asks everyone, give me some money, give me some money, give me this, and then he is insulting his father. Supposing Elon Musk's son, supposing if he goes out and begs for money from everyone, naturally he is disrespecting his father. You can ask from him. Similarly, you are disrespect Atma Hanaha. They are killing Atma. They are killing sort of the Atma by pursuing happiness outside, and that too sensuous happiness. In a very important text called Sanat Sujat, you must have heard about this text. There it is said by Sanat Kumara, who are nothing but wise men. They say that this is just for your understanding I am saying. Ye anyatha santam atmanam anyatha pratipadyate kim tena na krutam papam chaurena atma apaharena. Which means that those who mistake those who do not understand the self as it is and take it to be something else, then this people have not committed, means this people have not committed which kind of crime? They have committed all kinds of crimes. This is what that author says. Because not knowing the reality of the self, in course of time will lead you to insulting yourself. Insulting yourself means insulting the true nature. So that is what will happen. It is like, the story of a man, a beggar, not beggar, but a very poor person. He is just looking for things which will change his life. So one day a wise man came in that village. So he approached him. And thinking that they have powers, he approached him. Please, oh sir, please do something. Give me something so that my life will change. So that Mahatma was very compassionate. He gave him a stone. He gave him a black color stone. And he said, this will change your life. Go beta. Everything will be fine. Just go. This will change your future and life. He was very happy and he went home. And then he is doing everyday puja, abhishek and everything of that stone. Kept it with other devatas in his puja room. And like that, 1 year went off, 2nd year went off, and then he saw nothing is happening. Nothing, no change in his life. So then he gave up that, he took that stone from the temple, from his puja room, and took it into kitchen. And then he started using it for grinding chutney. Chutneys and chili and making masalas. Why? Because he thought it is useless to keep it there. At least let me use it for my kitchen purposes. So then again, on 3rd year, the Mahatma came. He again went to him. And this time he is telling, you cannot do anything for me? You are such a big Mahatma and you cannot do anything? Cannot give me one boon also? So that Mahatma said, I gave you. I gave you the last time. I gave you the stone. He said, what stone? I'm grinding chutney out of that. I'm using it for that. That is what you gave me for. Then Mahatma, it is a philosopher's stone. What was it? It was a philosopher's stone, parasmani. In Sanskrit we call it parasmani. In English the translation is philosopher's stone. The unique thing about that parasmani or that stone is that if you touch it to an iron or any metal, it will turn into gold. Those kind of things were there in past. That if you just touch it to any other metal, it will turn into gold. He said, I gave you that. You could have been very wealthy now and you are using it for chutney. Exactly. We also use this body. What is this? This is parasmani. This is philosopher's stone. Everything is given. Intellect is given. Satsanga is given. Life is given. Longevity is also taking for granted that it is given. Health is given. Fitness is given. Basic comforts are given. I can very well sit in my room. No need to go to forest. No need to take sannyasa. Sannyasa is not an easy life, particularly in those days. You don't know where your next meal is going to come from. Whether it will come or not, that also you do not know. That was the life now, not now anymore. Now this life is not that difficult. But in those days, for sadhus it was very difficult, particularly in Himalayas. Very few villages, very few people. The sadhus used to be hungry all the time. That is why there was one Mahatma Kali Kamliwala. This one Mahatma, he used to wear big black robe. And then he saw that the sadhus are living without food. How will they do their sadhana without food? Some food is required. So he built an ashram. He built an ashram where food was distributed. But very simple food. What kind of food? Roti, dal. So our Swamiji used to say that in the morning our menu was roti, dal. And in the evening, dal, roti. And the dal also of such a type, that you have to soak the roti in that. Roti is so hard. It was so hard and rough that it has to be soaked in the dal for some time. Then you can put it in your mouth and chew it. So that was the condition. What I'm saying is, that was the condition. That condition is no more there, fortunately. But in spite of getting all these facilities, in spite of getting all these boons and benefits, if we do not pursue this knowledge, pursue this path, if we do not try to know who I am, and this I is so grand, this I is so wonderful. It is everything that you are seeking is right here and now. It's right here. Even after knowing this, if we do not seriously pursue this, when we didn't know, it's okay. Now that we know that yes, the nature of the self is this, now at least it should become the prominent path, prominent pursuit in my life, that this is the goal and my life is meant for this. Not that I will forsake my duties. I'll do that, but along with this, I will pursue this. If this is your conviction, then Ishvara is all there to help you also. But if you do not do this, it will be atma-hatya. It will be killing the self. So very beautifully in these 3 mantras, in fact in the first 2 mantras, in fact in the very first mantra, Upanishad said what it wanted to say. But supposing people are not ready for it, then the second mantra was given, that by right attitude, while performing karmas, you can get it. You can make yourself ready for that. And in the third mantra, those who are not on this path, they are being condemned. Then, in the rest of the mantras, I'll just tell you that from mantra 4, now the Upanishad is practically over here. But from mantra 4, we have done first 3. From mantra 4 to 8, 4 to 8 mantras, the meaning of the first mantra is elaborated. The meaning of the first mantra, that is Ishavasya midam, is elaborated. Then from mantra 9 to 14, the meaning of the second mantra, that is Kurvanneveha Karmani, that is taken up. From 9 to 14. And the last mantras, 15, 16, 17 and 18, are in the form of prayer. Are in the form of prayer of a dying person. Person who is now about to die, and the way he prays, that is shown in the last 4 mantras. So that is the design. That is the entire program of Ishavasya Upanishad. But the real meaning or the crux is contained in first mantra, and then the second mantra, the means to pursue that is also shown. So in this manner, Ishavasya gives the entire program and vision of life. So it has everything that a seeker wants. The entire guidance is given here. And so with this, we are concluding our talks on Ishavasya. Thank you. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.